want to reassure you guys that the GS content is not going to go away. Just because we're excited about this new Civic Si project car doesn't mean that I'm going to neglect the GS crowd. So we're going to try to incorporate both cars into every episode if possible. I do have Megan Racing front and rear sway bars, and I have been running them for years. They made a tremendous difference in how stiff the vehicle is during spirited driving scenarios. It really stiffened up the suspension when pushed beyond normal driving, which I really like because, as you know, I haven't slammed this car and I've tried to keep a factory look, keeping things kind of sporty. I do want to show you the Megan Racing sway bars. I have had nothing but good luck with them. Some people will say, oh, Megan, you know, Megan stuff, blah, blah, it's horrible. You should go with Figs or whatever. Figs is high quality stuff, no doubt. But the Megan Racing sway bar front and rear has worked fabulous for me. So let's take a look at the front one. Now the front one, you can't really see it from the bottom of the vehicle unless you're looking at the control arms. We'll put this thing on the lift in a minute and we'll take a closer look at the front and the rear sway bars. But from the engine bay, you can actually see the front sway bar. So let's take a look at that right now. It's a nice looking sway bar. It's a good color. It's stayed in really good condition, and it has the Megan logo on the front there, which they probably should have rotated that up a touch. But there it is. That's what you can see from the engine bay. We'll go ahead and lift this thing up in the air so you can see a closer look at the front and the rear. Front sway bar, passenger side. Here's your end link right here. You have a bolt and a nut. Bolt comes through this side, so you have a double here. They come through these little grommets here in the side of this plastic shield. So this thing is probably 6 years old, so you can see it's in good condition. Over here on the driver's side, same thing. Only you have two bolts going through this way, and then here's your end link. But all in all, in really good condition. Again, another grommet coming through from the engine bay and crossing over as I showed you earlier in the video. So that's it. Control arm, end link, sway bar, nice bright blue. That's what it looks like under the vehicle. Rear sway bar, you can see it hooks up to the end link here and stays pretty nice. I wiped it down real quick. You want to re-grease these sometimes, and goes across here, Megan Racing logo right there, comes around to the other end link here. Now, another thing you'll notice is I have it on the stiffest setting. A lot of people say, oh, if you put it on the stiffest setting, you're gonna break your mounts and all sorts of stuff. I've been running it for years like this. If you wanna run it on the easier setting, just put it in the hole up. This is what it looks like. Looks pretty good under here, considering everything else is pretty dirty. Nice bright blue. It's hard to see when the car is on the ground, so it doesn't really matter much. This was one of the best upgrades for the money that I did on this car for sure in terms of suspension. That's your rear sway bar. That's what it looks like right there. RSX rear sway bar right here, 19 millimeter instead of the EP3 stock 15 millimeter. This crossbar, I think it's a sub frame brace, exactly the same thing. So we're gonna get these cleaned up, and then also we have these bushings because you're gonna need those for 19 millimeter. The bar that we're after is right here. So we're just gonna raise the car up, take a look at it. Probably pull it through this side or the other side. Now looking from the bottom up, there's 10 millimeter, and then there's one right there. To clock it, so you're gonna have to turn your wheel. See how this wheel's turned? And then it will slide out like this. That's pretty bad. I got a good feel for the stock suspension by pushing it to the limit a little bit. And we'll compare to the 19mm Type-S. Here's the rear sway bar, right here. Now what you'll notice is all of this rust, and this is what flagged me when I went to pick up the car. We are going to replace these bushings here to fit the 19mm bar. Unfortunately, I've tried everything. I've tried torching, I've tried penetrant, and I cannot get these end links out. I'm gonna have to cut it out right here with a grinder. Then I'm gonna have to get new end links. Recommendation, get new end links when you're gonna do a job like this.
Big one.
Look at this hunk of crap. In case you guys are wondering, the RSX Type-S is on the bottom. The EP3 sway bar is on top. And we're gonna trash the bar anyway, so I'm just gonna throw that whole thing away. Energy suspension part number, for if you wanna go with the RSX sway bar, is 16.5132R. Got them for 14 bucks. And then you're gonna wanna coat the inside. They're split, of course, and fit them up over that. And then you'll use these brackets. Get everything tacked up nice and loosely. Brackets are loose. End link. On these new end links, you really don't even need to hold that 5mm hex in there. It actually won't spin this. And these are self-locking nuts. So you just run them on. That's it. I can feel the difference with the sway bar. The difference is huge. It feels awesome. It's not excessively stiff. I can definitely feel an upgrade has occurred in the back end.